Prepare yourselves. So I got a decent amount of questions on Twitter and Instagram. Instead of going through them in a line or an order, I decided to cut them up into small pieces in here. And I don't know which ones I'm going to choose. It's just going to be completely random, but I will get through them all. And I was looking for a glass bowl or something that would look quite luxurious, but I've gone for this instead. This is Leon's hat that I think he bought the first time he went to Disney World, which is maybe 2007 or 2009. I think it's 2007, but don't quote me on that. And as you can tell, it's very dusty, and I have tried to dust it off, and the dust isn't coming off, and I think it's probably stuck on there forever, which is maybe why he hasn't worn it. So yes, they're all jiggled about, and it's going to be completely random. And again, thank you to whoever has actually sent me in some questions. I've loved looking through the questions. And also, I don't know whether I've mentioned yet, I completely rely solely on the light behind the camera, which is a window, and the weather can't really decide whether it wants to be sunny or cloudy today. So it goes, I'm going to look like Casper at one moment and then have a tan at one point. So we're just going to have to roll with that and just carry on the video like professionals. So this is the first one. Oh, we are straight in with this one. Okay, this is maybe a good idea to do this first. Mr. David and Mr. Ian on Twitter, so thank you for this question. This was one of my favourite questions. Look how pale I've gone. If I come close and then pull back out, we go darker. Mr. David and Mr. Ian, what's your go-to karaoke song? This was one of my favourite questions actually, because I'm not just going to tell you, I'm going to sing it to you. I don't really go karaokeing a lot. I hide that talent from people because I don't want to be discovered. But I guess I'll unleash the talent now. There is one that I go to, and it's by Adele actually, but not in her accent. I kind of mix it up, and I feel like it sounds a little bit better in a Scottish accent. But again, I'm only going to give you a snippet of this because I don't want to show anybody up. I don't want this to be the main feature of this video where you discover that I can sing in a Scottish accent. You know, it's just one of those I just like to keep to myself. Prepare yourselves. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. And that's the first one, and sometimes you can do it higher. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. Or you can do it angrily. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. And I don't really stick to a key or a tone, but that's my go-to karaoke. But that's when it's the end of the night and everybody's too drunk to listen. Next one. Okay, so this one is from Nibbles and Bubbles on Twitter. Describe yourself in 3 words. Ambitious. I like to think career-wise I am ambitious, and I'm never ever happy with what I do, and I always want to climb a ladder, and I always like to push the boat out and be ambitious, basically. I would say adventurous as well. I like to have adventures. Whenever it gets to the weekend, because I only have 2 days off, I try and do things with my weekend instead of just sat in, which is actually what I'm doing today. Anxious? I get quite anxious at a lot, and I never used to. I used to be quite confident. I still think I'm quite a confident person, but I do get quite anxious nowadays with things, but then I overcome it. So don't be crippled by anxiety, just go for it. But I'd probably say, if it's off the top of my head, ambitious, adventurous and anxious. But anxious is a bit of a cop-out because I don't really want to be determined by anxious. But I'd say they're the 3 that I can think of right now. Okay, so this is from Brad and Amy on Instagram. In a movie, I love this question. in a movie about your life, what actor would play the part of James Farrow? I was kind of toying with what my answer would be and what I'd want it to be, and I actually asked Leon who he would have, and he said it's difficult because he's obviously 25 now, so would it be someone young, would it be someone old? And I said, you're thinking too much into this. So I went straight to my favourite actors, but also actors that I think could maybe deal with, could play the parts of my life well. So I'd probably start off with Adam Sandler. He's one of my favourites. I think he can be quite awkward, funny, and he could pretty much play any role. I'd also like to, I think everybody wants Tom Hanks to play their part of something, so maybe when I'm older I'd say Tom Hanks, because he makes any part just Oscar worthy. Well, you've also got Rowan Atkinson. Rowan Atkinson's good. I like Mr. Bean. He's good. I think he's hilarious as well, and he could maybe bring humour to the film. So yes, that would be my actors that I would choose. So thank you for the question, because I love the question. Next. This is from Kerry Halifax on Instagram. Hello, Kerry. Apart from Florida, which Disney park around the world would you like to visit? Love this question. When we watched the Imagineering story during lockdown, we were watching an episode where they actually went on about Tokyo Disney Sea. I never knew this was a thing. Never knew this was a park. I remember saying to Leon, how long has this been a park for? Like, how have I not known this? And yeah, he said that it's been a while. And I remember watching Tim Tracker, Tim and Jen, go to Tokyo Disney Sea. And it didn't really register that they were actually in a Disney park, but then the Imagineering story just made, they just sold it to me because it's completely different. So I'd love to go to Tokyo Disney Sea. I'd love to go to Shanghai because the castle looks epic. And I don't really know how to get away from the whole light situation today, unless I get really close, but I don't really want to be in your teeth. So the next one, this is from Billy on Twitter. Thank you, Billy, for the question. If you had the chance to live in one park in Walt Disney World, not being able to visit any others, which would you choose and why? I had a long think about what I would choose, and then it became quite obvious that I would choose this one. It would actually be Epcot during the Food and Wine Festival, because for obvious reasons you would have the food and the drink, and the food is incredible. I'm hoping that this question also involves, if I chose the Food and Wine Festival, that there would be the people there to cook in the stalls and I wouldn't have to cook all that nice food myself. So I'm hoping this is based on if it's the same. You can go around World Showcase, you can pretty much eat in a different country every day, you can eat in Paris for breakfast, you can go to Mexico for lunch, Africa for dinner. So it could just seem like it's different all the time, and that's my choice. I'd say Food and Wine, because the food is incredible and those curry pockets would get eaten for breakfast, lunch and dinner. This is from Mr. David and Mr. Ian. Oh, I love this question. I'm gonna make this... Okay. What's your favourite carpet? Well, I couldn't just explain it to you because I'm a carpet salesman, and I can't just tell you my favourite carpet. I have to show you my favourite carpet. So I went to the van and I've got you the sample to show you. So before I show you it, I just love this carpet. With carpets, I'm going to pretend I'm in someone's house now. With carpets, madam and sir and madam, you have a long pile and a short pile carpet. If you have a long pile carpet, you get that nice plush feel. But just to warn you, the danger is it could flatten and it won't hold its look. If you want something that will hold its look and you can hoover much better than longer piles, madam, you're after a short pile carpet. But this one is an in-between, actually. It's not the longest, it's not the shortest, it's just right. It's plush, but also short. Lovely colours in this. It feels lovely, but also won't flatten as much as other long piles. And it's called, I used to think it was called Sophisticate, but it's actually called Sophisticat. It's a quirky one. So everybody likes greys at the moment. I don't really know how to show you this. I'll do it this way. I just hope the light is good. Ta-da! You have light grey for those houses where you just want something a little bit lighter. Oh, the light's going to be so bad. Dark grey. Didn't see that coming, did you? You've then got, look at these shades. I never thought I'd be enthusiastic about shades of carpet. 2020 is weird. So this one. But then you go further this way and you get that kind of bluey grey, madam. You know, that steel grey. And when I ran out of things to say and talk about and match with people's houses, I'll also then bring in their pets. So I'll say, oh yes, look at this grey. It's called Sophisticat, madam. And I can see that you have a cat. What are the chances? And I think your cat would look lovely on this carpet, laying there in front of the carpet, in front of the telly, should I say, watching Emmerdale or whatever you like to watch. And then it goes, this is where it gets really crazy. Okay, this is going to get off the chain. We then go to, gotta feel blind. This one's a really nice blue. This one. Again, I wouldn't necessarily have these in my house because I'm very much a grey person as well, but never say never. And it's sometimes nice to have a bit of colour in your house. But look at these two colours. These are my two favourite colours in here. I never thought I'd be enthusiastic about carpets, but look at these. Are they not just Bobby Dazzler? You've got a mustard, which goes lovely with grey. And then the blue, which also goes nice with grey. But I do also say, and then I end up talking myself out of colours, I say, if you get a mustard or a blue carpet, you could get fed up with that in like 2 to 3 years. So you're probably best doing greys everywhere, and then maybe getting a mustard pillow, or a mustard rug, or a blue pillow. Like, accessorize with colour a little bit more than actually... This is the dreaded one. I'm not really a fan of this. Like, that just says seduction to me. That just says, like, you're gonna end up in prison. I hope none of my customers watch this. Who am I kidding? They won't. But yeah, just lovely colours. So I think I can't really talk this up anymore. So that's the answer. As I said, Sophisticat. And it's also bleach cleanable. So if you do have pets, or if you have a cat, you can bleach clean them. So yeah. God, this is weird because really recently I've started to talk about carpets quite a lot. And I don't know, I can't live my life like this anymore. I can't act enthusiastic about carpets all the time. But strangely, it's happening through no fault of my own. Okay, so next question. This is from Jen Ollerton on Instagram. What was your dream job when you were younger? This is a good question, and thanks for the question. When I was in school, I must have been like in year 2, year 3, me and my best friend Zoe had dreams. She probably won't remember this. We had dreams that we wanted to become bus drivers. Yes, our dreams were big. We wanted to become bus drivers. I think it's because we used to get the bus to school as well, and I was kind of fascinated by buses. And I thought the big wheel, and the wheel was flat, so you're driving it like this and not like a car like this. And I was thinking the amount of people that you must see through the day. But obviously I'm not a bus driver and I don't want to be a bus driver anymore, but that is That was my dream when I was younger. I would actually sit on the sofa, and I can't remember whether my sister would do this with me. Sit on the sofa and the arm of the sofa, and would put a tennis racket down in the gap between the arm and the cushion, and that would be my gear stick, and I'd just pretend to drive the sofa arm, the arm of the sofa. So maybe that's why I don't want to be a bus driver anymore, because I probably feel like I've already driven one the entirety of my childhood. Next one, Lucy Jervis. I hope I've said that right. That's on Instagram. What inspired you to start YouTube? So, I had started YouTube in 2018, but before that I used to film my life anyway, so I had loads of clips. I used to do something called an end of year video, where I would film the entire year and put it on a DVD for my family.
Just to watch him shatter, it's just a step on the boss man's ladder, but you got dreams you'll never take away. In the same boat with a lot of your friends, wait for the day your ship will come in and the tides for the turn, and it's all gonna roll your way. Working 9 to 5, while the faith is living, gas and line, it's all taken and no giving.
Merry Christmas!
So James, how was your birthday walk?
You know, he's actually cracked my whole nail down.
Let's have a look at the thing. Okay, yeah.
Mum, it just looks like you left it. You put about 8 firelighters in there.
Hello!
Back to square one! Back to square one!
Act 2, square 1.
No!
You're looking for the wallpaper that's on your wall. Surprise!
Not looking for the wallpaper.
Oh my god!
Like it?
Yeah, I do. I'm really spoiled.
And I got a text today.
Oh my god, I got fall out. It's so high.
And these memories, I thought, it's fine sharing them up here and putting on a DVD, but I also like the idea of sharing my memories with other people as well, that people might find them entertaining, film our adventures, and don't just have them on a disc, because it happens that we have actually lost one of the discs I filmed the entire year, but I won't lose things if I put them on YouTube, which is why I've put them on YouTube. Because also, if I travel down to London and see other family members and I want to show them a video, I don't have to bring a disc, I could just show them on YouTube. And I actually like the community that YouTube comes with, and I think I've met a lot of great people from uploading videos. I mean, last year I met Brad and Amy from America, who came to Lake Windermere and had a lovely meal with them. I also have plans in November to meet Billy and Sunny and David and Ian in London, if coronavirus doesn't mess that up. That's not a reason why I started YouTube, but that's definitely something great that's come out of it that's unexpected. This may be a two-parter. This may be a two-parter because I think I've already filmed for about 25 minutes and I'm just halfway through. Okay, this is another Mr. David and Mr. Ian question from Twitter. We're missing your content. Oh, I was dreading this question because I don't actually know the answer. We're missing your content. So what plans do you have for future vlogs? I'm going to try and worm my way out of this one by not really answering it. I have some ideas. I mean, I love filming when I go places. So I love travel vlogs. I love things like that, but obviously because of coronavirus, we're not really travelling that far anymore. And that's the main thing I like to film. But I also may do more vlogs at home, but haven't really decided what that'd be about. I do have something that I'm probably going to do next, but I don't want to tell anyone about it because I don't want people to search for it and find it. But I have something next, but yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't really know where to take my channel. I just kind of wake up in the morning and feel like, yes, I actually feel like this is something that I want to do, and I'll do it. Like the Q&A, this is something that I wanted to do, and hence the fact I'm doing it. So I'm going to just beat around the bush with that question because I really don't know, but I appreciate the fact that you are missing my content. And trust me, if I had some ideas and I didn't think they were pointless and they actually meant something to me, I will get my camera out and I'll do more vlogging. Mr. David and Mr. Ian on Twitter. If Alfie could speak human, what would his voice sound like? And what would be the first thing he said to you? I'll bring him up and we'll see. He can tell you himself.